Boom, and there we are. Welcome to the Mañana Namas morning check-in. Today is June 30th, 2020, and I'm coming to you a little bit later than normal, but that's because I took advantage of an opportunity today and went mountain biking with my son. We kind of had a little father-son clinic up on Skyline Trail, and man, it was awesome. It's so good to get out and share something that I love with my kid, that I can see my kid is kind of starting to get an interest in. He dressed in full motocross gear, which was a little much to go bicycling in the heat, but he enjoyed it. I got back, sprayed off the cars, sprayed off the mountain bike, and got ready to come and talk to you guys. So as you can see, big day. The Mañana no Mas swag is in. I've already given out a couple of samples to some of our local folks that support us, and I'll be adding these shirts to the mañananomas.com website under the shop category. So later this week, when you go into the mañananomas.com website, you'll see shop, and boom, there it is. It's kind of like, for the longest time, I've had Mañana no Mas. I got some spider friends coming to live with me. Anyway, for the longest time, I've had stuff. I have the white polo shirts, I have the white dress shirts, I have the coffee mug, and people go, hey, how do I get some Mañana no Mas stuff? So I thought, well, let's try it out with shirts first, right? So real basic shirt, just says Mañana no Mas, getting it done yesterday. And then of course the symbol, right? The asterisk symbol. So the Mañana asterisk symbol to me is, it's a great story. It's a cool thing to put on podcasts, and I really like the branding company that helped me do that, the Tangerine Cafe. So, guys, it's just one heck of a shutdown, right? So in California, they've shut down restaurants again, closed bars, kind of walked things backwards a little bit. They won't admit that the protests and the outbursts a couple weeks ago caused the spike. Instead, what they're saying is, we tried to open too quick and that caused a spike. But, we didn't have the surges or the spikes in cases, 6 weeks ago when we started to open. Oh, that's a little loud. But, like typically it's 10 to 14 days when you see a spike after an event. And of course, as these different states have begun to open up, they didn't have spikes until they had protests and, wild abandon hit the streets, and then they had spikes. And so now they're rolling their openings back more. And, it's, I hate to say it, folks, but this is not going to go away anytime soon. So, and I'm not a doomsayer. I'm not, right? But I'm just looking at the political climate, and I'm looking at decisions, the way they're getting made and things like that. And it's forcing me to examine business from an entrepreneur's mindset and as a potential employee mindset, right? So right now, if you're not in an essential industry, find a way to put yourself in an essential industry. If you are employed and you were looking forward to being a public speaker, to doing events again, to going to expos, if you're sitting at home waiting for this to clear up, I've seen people post this time and time, and I started posting it way back in February, right? But you got to pivot, and you don't have to change your entire business model, but you got to facilitate things, from a digital standpoint. All of Mañana no Mas is built around mañananomas.com. And I know that sometimes I might seem disconnected. I might seem like, oh, I'm mountain biking one day, I'm road biking another day, I'm doing a talk at a church, building content for power sports and marine people. But everything is centered around Mañana no Mas and the learning management system in Mañana no Mas. I build learning management systems for companies. I help people organize information online. And then I use my own products to promote my own training programs, like the Power Sports and Marine Fixed Operations Training Program, or the fitness programs that I teach to help people maintain weight loss after a large weight loss, right? So there's all these companies, and I love them. I really do. You've got the Fit 45s, right? FT40, something like that. It's called FT 45. You've got 9 Round. You've got, obviously I went to the camp, right? The transformation camp. I loved it. You got Fit Body Boot Camp, and these places are great at getting you in and getting you trained to drop the weight. But where they drop the ball is transitioning you back to life outside of that boot camp, outside of that challenge program, is how do you assimilate back, right? How do you alter things? And so like in my case, when I dropped 65 pounds, it gave me the physical ability to increase my output, to go mountain biking, road biking, run Spartan races, go out and run 5Ks, things like that. And if I wanted to eat red meat and drink beer, well, that meant I had to increase my activity level to compensate for those calories that I intake, right? Plus I'm in my 50s. So I had to kind of account for the way the metabolism reacts in older age, right? So I have a lot of content on my site that's around this whole fitness-based thing. So again, you might think when you look at Mañana or you look at my content, you might go, what is this guy even promoting? But what I'm promoting is the ability to make digital content available to the masses for any size company, right? Regardless of your budget, I can get you going. And now I'm coming across all kinds of new ways to use the content, to use the content building machine that I use for schools, for classes, for lessons, can also be done for photography, for fashion models, for music, for any kind of digital product that is categorized. And so I'm looking really forward to branching out and helping some people in those areas as well. If you're part of the Patreon network and you're paying people a commission or a fee, or you're part of that, or you can't let people in to see your stuff unless they want to pay to see it. There's a way to blend that through your own site. You could do a self-hosted site, host your content in a similar way, run your own community, and then you can decide on what product you want to be free, what product you want to have limited exposure to, and what product you want behind a paywall. And it's not as difficult as some people seem to make it, and it's not as expensive as some people seem to make it. So those are some of my strengths, and that's what I do. And I'm encouraging you to find a way to make your stuff, to make whatever it is you do, feasible in this time. I'm watching things go backwards, and it's, some people saying, oh, it's only until the election, or it's only until this, or it's only until that. The people in charge are in charge. As much as we like them or don't like them, the people in charge are in charge. They're making decisions we may or may not like. And a lot of people are listening to them, and it's really hard to push the other way. So if you want to make money, you want to provide for your family, if you've got ideas that you want to, take a stab at, you want to run them by me, see if I can help you implement those, reach out through the contact link on the mañananomas.com website. And I'm really excited because there's a couple of projects in the hopper. And it's one of those deals where I've got like 9 people talking to me right now, but nobody's written a check yet, right? So it's like, okay, well, I'll keep talking to you until someone writes a check, and then I can start working. Of course, that pushes everybody back a hair, right? But it's cool to know the amount of projects and the amount of thoughts and the content that people are thinking about moving forward with. It's exciting, and it's fun to be a part of it. So today at 3 o'clock, in just about 2.5 hours, I'll be back online live, and I'll be doing the John Maxwell level 4 of the 5 levels of leadership. Have yourselves a great day. I love you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.